Imagine this, you find a wallet. Inside, there is $5,000. Cash. Credit cards. A driver's license. And one handwritten note. You have two choices. Keep it, or return it. Most people think they already know what they would do. But when the moment is real, everything feels different. I'm Ethan Carter. Today, this is the story of one decision that changed two lives forever. Let's begin. James Walker was 36 years old. He lived in a quiet neighborhood outside Chicago. Life hadn't been kind to him lately. His car needed repairs. His rent was overdue. His refrigerator was almost empty. Every dollar mattered. One cold November morning, on his way to work, he noticed a worn leather wallet lying beside a park bench. He looked around. No one was there. He picked it up. Inside, he found $5,000 in cash. His hands began to shake. It was more money than he had seen in months. For a moment, every problem in his life seemed to have an answer. Then, he noticed a folded piece of paper tucked behind the cash. It wasn't a receipt. It was a handwritten note. It read, "To Dad. This is the money for your surgery. We'll get through this together. Love, Emily." James stared at the note. The money no longer looked like money. It looked like someone's hope. He found a driver's license inside the wallet. The address was nearly 40 minutes away. His boss expected him at work. If he turned back now, he'd probably lose a day's pay. For a few seconds, he stood there in silence. Then, he got back into his car. And started driving. When James knocked on the front door, an elderly man answered. The moment he saw the wallet, his eyes filled with tears. He hugged James without saying a word. A few seconds later, a young woman rushed into the hallway. "Dad, did you find it?" The old man smiled through his tears. "No, he did." Emily explained that they had spent years saving every dollar for her father's heart surgery. That morning, he had accidentally dropped the wallet while stopping at the park. They had searched everywhere. They had almost given up. James quietly handed it back. Every dollar, still inside. Before James left, Emily stopped him. She held out an envelope. "We want you to have this." James smiled gently. And shook his head. "I didn't return it for a reward." He turned around, walked back to his old car, and drove away, feeling richer than he had in years. 3 months later, James received an unexpected letter. Inside, was a photograph. The elderly man stood smiling outside the hospital. Healthy. Beside him, was Emily. On the back of the photo, she had written, "You didn't just return a wallet. You gave me more years with my father. We'll never forget your kindness." James placed the photo inside a frame. Not because he wanted to remember what he had done. But because he never wanted to forget, that doing the right thing, can change a life you may never truly know. Every day, life gives us small choices. Most seem unimportant. Until years later, when we realize, they changed everything. Kindness doesn't always make headlines. Honesty isn't always rewarded immediately. But the person you become, is worth more than anything you could ever keep. I'm Ethan Carter. Thanks for watching. If this story stayed with you, please like, subscribe, and join me, as we explore stories that remind us, that ordinary people, can make extraordinary differences. Until next time, always choose, the decision you'll be proud of tomorrow.